Greetings all! Today, we'll be examining the relatively rare psychic flying type Pokemon Sigilyph, the Avianoid Pokémon. Brightly colored to the point of absurdity and more than able to ride the winds to any destination they seek, Sigilyph are impressive entities that can use their strange powers to send others flying far away to keep the places they call home safe. Sigilyph have a spherical torso covered in bands and symbols of yellow, black, green glazes, with a pair of black, three-pronged fork-like appendages on the side of the form, and a pair of blue eye spots with white rims on the main body, a third being seen as a vertical black projection that sprouts to the top of the main body. In addition, they have a pair of long wing-like projections with four finger-like sections with a yellow base and tips that are colored with blue and red stripes, their underside having a third prong with similar color pattern and shape, though much less wing-like in form, resembling more of the fork-like projections on the side of their body. Much like Pokemon like the members of the Golett family, it is widely believed that Sigilyph are the artificial production of ancient Unovan civilizations, offshoots and all. As with the members of the Baltoy family, it appears these creatures were originally clay dolls that are brought to life through some unknown means, granting them powerful psychic abilities in the process. Unlike the Baltoy family, however, the clay used to construct these creatures is lightweight and actually conducts electricity. This at least gives a physical explanation behind the weakness to electricity, or retaining the clay's apparent weakness against cold temperatures. In truth though, the biggest difference between Sigilyph and the Baltoy family is the fact that Sigilyph can physically fly and not just levitate. This is in no due part to their wings, however, as they are wholly inefficient in providing lift. Instead, the ability to fly, and therefore the flying type nature, is a direct product of possessing psychic powers tuned to specifically affect wind currents, allowing them to artificially produce lift and utilize wind-based attacks like the gust, air cut, and air slash attacks. Oddly enough, they are also uniquely different from most other automatons in that they appear to demonstrate bird-like actions and activities, like flapping their wings and perching on some walls by resting on the small protrusions found in the lower halves of their bodies, despite not resembling birds in any true fashion. Stranger still, it appears that these artificial creatures still retain memories either individually experienced or brought down through generations from the original time of production. Sigilyph are exclusively found among ancient ruins throughout the regions they call home, and are almost always guarding said ruins from the life forms that are deemed to be a threat to the structure's safety, following a set flight pattern that never seems to change. The moment someone or something is detected to have negative intentions towards their habitat, Sigilyph will swoop down in great numbers to fire off the invaders with their potent psychic powers and air-based attacks. As such, it seems only logical to believe that Sigilyph were originally designed with the intention of acting as mobile sentries and guardians for ancient palaces while they were still occupied by people, perhaps serving as the first line of defense against oncoming attackers. Why they continue to follow such orders today, acting as guardians or possibly even emissaries of other guardians, however, even when the ruins they are guarding are falling to pieces, is still a relative mystery. It is quite possible this lone task was psychically ingrained within their minds through some method, but in purely scientific terms, there is no current evidence available to support any hypothesis fully. It should be noted though, that if this duty was actually engraved upon them through their construction and animation, it could explain why the behavior is found in all members of the species with no exception. Regardless, it is clear these entities have a great deal of strange power embedded into them, as the mystical psychokinetic powers can allow them to have access to Wonder Skin and Magic Guard space abilities, as well as Tinted Lens as a hidden ability, and the overall forms are built to be quite nimble yet sturdy, with the base special defense stat being above average for a fully evolved flying type Pokemon, and the base defense, special attack and speed stats being above average for a fully evolved psychic and flying type Pokemon, giving them at least some use in a combat scenario.
Still not really a fan of a lot of birds over here, but I can't deny that Sigilyph are a unique case of Avianoids that I don't know what to really think about, aside from them looking absolutely gorgeous in their forms and very peculiar in their mannerisms. They might try and act like birds most of the time, despite the fact that they definitely are not birds, but that's honestly what makes them seem so charming to me, given that they're little more than automatons in form. I can't imagine that the creation of these entities was an easy task for ancient civilizations that wish to harness their power. But given the wide variety of flying and psychic type attacks that are at their disposal, they can more than make the most of their type and quirky abilities, even if it also means that they attack from afar and really don't get access to anything physical in nature, or at least minus the sky attack move they can get access to later in their life.
While they might have an appearance as more dazzling and confusing than intimidating, Sigilyph are still potent entities that can more than make the most use of their powers at their disposal in performing their duties. You might have to go out of your way and explore ancient ruins in your region to even have a chance of finding one, but the effort can be worth it if you need something quirky like them to round out a team. Just do yourself a favor and make sure to keep your distance and only approach them if they aren't actively on patrol, or you might find a swarm of them upon you the moment they feel the ruins they are meant to guard are under attack, even if there's barely anything left there to defend. Thank you all for watching this video. It is a great pleasure to share with you all the fruits of my research and all the positives it gives to understanding the wonderful creatures we call Pokemon and how their powers and behaviors function in their world. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more work like it, please give a like, comment, and or subscribe to the channel so you can get regular notifications on when new content is being uploaded. You can also find links to my DeviantArt page, Patreon, and Discord server in the description below. Please, join me on this road to seeing what the world of Pokemon has to share with us, and the many mysteries and wonders that keep us all coming back for more.